Look, if you're a recent grad, or maybe just about to step foot into the professional world, and you are absolutely terrified that artificial intelligence is going to destroy your chosen career path before you even get started, let me tell you right now, you aren't crazy. It is a completely rational fear, but today, I want you to think of me as your career mentor, because we are going to bypass all of that anxiety. Welcome to this explainer. I'm going to walk you through a carefully researched roadmap of 6 incredibly resilient, future-proof roles. And these aren't just trendy little gigs either. We're talking about highly defensible career paths that command real 6-figure salaries. All right, here is our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the AI career reality, look at the creative paths versus the technical paths, reveal the ultimate defensible role, break it all down with the salary and difficulty matrix, and finally, wrap up with the future-proofing habits you need. Let's get into it. Section 1. The AI Career Reality. We are talking about why you shouldn't build skills for disappearing jobs. So the hard truth we really have to face here is that a lot of people are about to waste years of their lives building skills for jobs that simply won't exist in the next decade. And my goal right now is to look at the data with you and stop you from making that exact mistake. I want to help you find roles that pay real money, high income, without requiring you to spend, 10 years in med school or learning literal rocket science. So ask yourself genuinely, are you on the wrong career path right now? To help you figure that out, we're going to group our 6 future-proof roles into 2 broad categories, creative versus technical. It's the absolute best way to see exactly where your personal interests and natural talents fit into this AI-powered future. Section 2. The creative paths. This is all about vision, taste, and insights. So our first bucket of careers is incredibly defensible, mainly because these roles lean super heavily on creative intelligence and human strategy rather than just hard technical coding. Let's start with the creative director. The entire survival philosophy for this path is just fascinating. It's all about being a director over a doer. Right now, single-person marketing teams are using AI to take over entire agencies. So the raw execution of art or copy, that's basically becoming a commodity. What becomes immensely valuable is having the taste, the overall vision, and the emotional intelligence to guide what we're actually trying to create. AI doesn't have taste. It needs a human to direct it and get people to actually feel something and move in a certain direction. This role has a medium learning curve, medium competition right now, and pays anywhere from $100,000 to $130,000 a year. Now, check out how this artistic, creative intelligence contrasts with our next role, which relies on analytical intelligence. I'm talking about the data analyst. While a creative director uses pure vision, a data analyst brings hard data to back up their opinions. Literally every company today is sitting on thousands of terabytes of data, and frankly, without it, you're just another person in the room with an opinion, right? A data analyst digs into all that text, the numbers, the raw information to extract actual, actionable business insights. The pay is pretty similar, $100,000 to $130,000, but the competition here is high. That said, because the sheer amount of data businesses collect is always going up, this role offers incredibly strong long-term defensibility against AI automation. Section 3. The technical paths. Let's talk hard skills and infrastructure. Shifting gears over to our technical paths, if the creative or analytical routes didn't really spark your interest, I want you to evaluate if you prefer hard skills. Things like building robust architecture and protecting complex digital systems. Do you have what we call a bodyguard mentality? If so, you need to look at becoming a cybersecurity specialist. Because as long as there is digital information out there, there are going to be people trying to hack it. And AI is empowering those bad actors more than ever before. We are literally at the point where AI can mimic your boss's voice on a Zoom call just to authorize a fake purchase. It's wild. We desperately need human specialists using AI to counteract the bad people using AI. It might sound a little boring to some, but guarding against ransomware and internal threats is vital. And guess what? Boring pays incredibly well, between $110,000 and $140,000. It's got a higher learning curve, sure, but beautifully low competition because everybody else is out there chasing those flashy creative roles. Moving on, our 4th role is the Robotics Engineer. This is perfect for those of you who want to merge hardware and software to automate the physical world. Just think about a jewelry company that needs to pack 20,000 little boxes. Very soon, they aren't going to hire a massive crew. They'll just rent a robot, show it the task one time, and let it work for 48 hours straight. By combining physical hardware with AI software, you make yourself incredibly hard to replace. You could literally be designing the machines that drive our cars, pick up our groceries, or load dishwashers. Starting salaries here are jumping from $115,000 up to $150,000. Now, this path does require a high learning curve. You'll often need a specialized degree, but the competition is only medium and the demand is just skyrocketing as human labor costs keep rising. Next up in the technical bucket is the full stack software engineer. Now, today, AI is writing about 90% of the code out there, so the role has fundamentally evolved. You're no longer just a coder. You are essentially a director of engineering. You need the technical chops to design scalable systems, manage the security infrastructure, and build a rock-solid digital foundation. You're basically directing the AI-generated code to make absolute sure it's secure and ready to deploy. Because of the massive leverage this role provides, companies are literally building $10 million businesses with just 2 people. It commands $120,000 to $160,000 a year minimum. It has a medium learning curve, though I will say the competition is getting a bit higher as more people start retraining for it. Section 4, the ultimate defensible role. This is all about building the foundation itself. Okay, if you want to make absolutely sure you aren't replaced, you need to be the person actually building the foundation. Enter the AI and machine learning specialist. Look, while most normal people are just playing around, typing prompts into AI to generate text or funny images, this specialist understands the actual core architecture underneath. They're in the trenches, working with Hugging Face datasets, vector database structures, inference systems, and building agentic or fully autonomous models. This toolkit right here is the true engine of innovation. You're looking at a $130,000 minimum starting salary, but honestly, a lot of these folks are making $180,000 and way beyond. The learning curve is steep, incredibly high, but because of that barrier to entry, the competition is staggeringly low. The crucial difference really comes down to this analogy. Think of normal developers as chefs who just use AI tools to follow a pre-written recipe. But AI specialists, they're the ones creating entirely new recipes from scratch. They understand these models deeply enough to look at massive, broken systems in an entire industry and build a custom AI platform from the ground up to automate it. They use advanced logic to solve multi-million-dollar problems rather than just tinkering away at $10 problems. And if you want a massive testament to the insane long-term ceiling for this path, just look at this number, $100 million. That is the wild amount that Mark Zuckerberg recently paid apiece for 18 top AI engineers to join his new team. Literally. Why? Because these specialists know exactly how to build the future. If you master this craft, you won't just be valuable next year, you are going to be absolutely invaluable in 10 or even 50 years from now. Section 5, the salary and difficulty matrix. Let's figure out how to make your choice. Let's map all this out together and see how these paths actually stack up against each other. On the creative side, you'll see roles like the creative director and data analyst offering a very solid $100,000 starting point with a medium learning curve. So the barrier to entry is highly accessible for a new grad. As you move into those technical paths like cybersecurity and robotics, the salaries jump up into that $110,000 to $150,000 range. The learning curve gets high, but notice how the competition drops down to low or medium. And finally, sitting right at the top is our AI specialist, $130,000 to well over $180,000. A really high barrier to entry, but beautifully low competition. As your mentor, I highly suggest you look at where your natural talents lie on this table and genuinely decide what level of learning curve you're willing to tackle to secure your future. Section 6, future-proofing habits, what you can literally do starting today. All right, it is time to move away from all that career anxiety and step into some actionable habits. I always want you to remember this incredibly powerful quote from Kevin Kelly. What can be electrified will be cognified. Basically, this means everything will eventually have memory and intelligence baked right into it. AI is not some fleeting trend that's going to blow over. It is the new foundation for every single sector on Earth. It's driving real product innovation, even in traditional, slower-moving fields like agriculture, education, and government. Because of that reality, you do not need a massive, complex, 4-year syllabus just to get started today. Your immediate, specific 30-day learning plan is actually very simple. Number 1, ask the AI to teach you about the specific field you just picked. Number 2, talk to it daily. And number 3, make that interaction a non-negotiable daily learning habit. Seriously, do not put your head in the sand here. Engaging with AI every single day is exactly how you start mastering these skills and remain highly competitive in whatever role you decide to pursue. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. Will you let AI replace you, or will you step up and build the future? The demand for these roles is rising fast. The salaries are very real, and the roadmaps are crystal clear. Evaluate your personal interests, pick your path, face this massive technological shift with total confidence, and go start building your future today.